Hello, everyone. Welcome into PTV's post-game coverage of Seton Hall women's basketball right here at Walsh Gymnasium. My name is Louie Pasculli, joined alongside Christopher Benitez Cuartas, and we will be breaking down everything you need to know about Seton Hall's win today. The Pirates came out victorious, winning 78-54 against UMES. It was really a triumphant game. It looked pretty close to start. It was a very close game throughout basically the entirety of the first half, but in that second half, Seton Hall ended up pulling away, and they really put the pedal to the metal, ended up scoring quite a few more points than the opposing side did, and it was really a victory that they got pretty handily at the end, but very close there. So because of such a big difference between that first half and that second half in the Pirates and their scoring, what did you see from the Pirates in that second half that propelled them to victory?
Well, Louis, first of all, thanks for having me. Secondly, I would say that there are three things that happened, two of which were the Pirates' own making, one of which was just a result of UMES play. Firstly, in the second half, coordination improved massively. The first half was really, really messy. There were plenty of gaps here and there, and plenty of gaps here and there. The second thing was the team play that Seton Hall managed to come up with. It seemed very individual at first, but now the second half proved to be very important for the Pirates as everyone pitched in one way or another. It reached a point in which UMES was visibly confused, that they didn't know who to go after for what reason. And thirdly is that UMES didn't do any of those two things, and they relied too much on one person at any given moment. Firstly, they were relying plenty on Maya Thomas, especially in the first half. And as they slowly tried to diversify their offense, that's when Seton Hall started picking up steam again. And lastly, as they started to depend more on Sewell on the second half, particularly in the third quarter, that is when the Pirates had already established a solid lead, which would only continue to grow to the 24-point difference that they ended with.
And you're right, Seton Hall defensively in that second half, they really were able to play very physical basketball. They really prevented UMES from getting any clean chances. They had to work for every basket. Pretty much what the opposing side was doing to Seton Hall in that first half. Seton Hall kind of switched up the script on them and did that good defensively in the second half. But a few standout performances for the Pirates, a few players to note. Which one stood out to you the most?
Absolutely, this was the game of Savannah Catalan. For me, she is the player of the match, especially with her cooperation in the second half, in the third quarter and early fourth regarding offensive shots from the left side. She was crucial to any play that Baines was trying to make. Baines and Catalan were really the duo that helped Seton Hall reconstruct after halftime.
Yeah, both Baines and Catalan finished the game with 17 points. Baines with 5 rebounds, 3 assists to go with it. Catalan with 3 rebounds, 2 assists to go with it. But we would be remiss if we did not mention Amari Wright and her performance today. She only had 8 points, but she was the starting point guard for this team, as she's been for the entire season. She had 10 assists today, so really, really good performance from her. Only 2 points away from a double-double, which would have been phenomenal. But let's look ahead to the next game. Seton Hall will go ahead and play a 1-6 team in Central Connecticut State University. Now, this is a team that will also have to come here into Walsh Gymnasium and will have to play the Pirates at home. Chris, what can we expect from that game for the Pirates?
I think that the Pirates will win this easily, always and whenever they are still doing what they have done today, and probably what they have done against Princeton as well, just going all out. I will say that CCSU really has the away disadvantage on them as well. I'm not going to say that underdogs are always to be underestimated. Today was a perfect example of a very challenging underdog that at the end could be defeated, but not without some major reform. I would say that the Pirates would have to keep their guard up, but can afford at least to play this match in the same style. Going forward may be a completely different story for the Pirates.
Yeah, and you talk about keeping their guard up, and that goes back to the defense that we've been talking about really throughout all of 3 coverages, pregame, halftime, and now in postgame with the Seton Hall Pirates team. I mean, they're averaging the opponents less than 60 points per game throughout this season. That certainly will have to keep up if the Pirates want to stay in this next game. which is a game that they probably should win handily, being that they are playing at home. They have a very, very good home record as well, and so this is a game that we could see the Pirates really turn on things, turn up the heat a little bit, at least on the offense, and do very well. One more thing to note, though, the Pirates have to be careful of turning over the basketball. That is something that has plagued the Pirates so far this season. Look for them to improve on that next game and to really iron things out. But that will do it for PTV's coverage of Seton Hall women's basketball postgame right here on our YouTube. We thank you for tuning in, and make sure to tune into all of our socials for all of your PTV, or for all of the Seton Hall basketball needs, rather. For Christopher Benitez Cuartas, my name is Louie Pasculli. Also for our camera person, Emily Flynn, thank you again for tuning in, and we'll be sure to see you next time.